Dr. Saab, do you see Jammu and Kashmir coming back to the track anytime soon?
What is the track? I think 370 now is a dead issue. I'm afraid. The 370, you see, 370 revolved around autonomy for the state. It's more or less finished now. What is there to discuss in 370? I don't know about bucket list now. I've done so many different things. I can't think of anything new that I can do. So I think the people of Kashmir have genuine affection for me. So Jammu, I didn't get the sort of unconditional love that I got here. I have had some bad experiences. Udhampur, I won 4 times. Faiz साहब ने ज़हमत की हमारे घर में तशरीफ़ लाए तो मैंने कहा आपकी मुझे सबसे गज़ल पसंद है तुम आए हो न खत सब इंतज़ार गुजरी है तलाश में है सहर बार बार गुजरी है जुनू में जितनी भी गुजरी बकार गुजरी है अगर से दिल पे खराबी हजार उन्होंने वो सुनाई मुझे गज़लवा में.
So what is Kashmir for you?
You see, Kashmir is my spiritual home, Jammu is my feudal home, Delhi is my intellectual home.
तो एल्विस प्रिस्ली का कोई ऐसा अभी आपको याद है which can
ब्लू स्वेड शूज उसका फेवरेट गाना था.
अच्छा.
Well, what should I say? Life is never finished until it's finished. So the task of living positively, the task of generating positivity, that is going to continue.
Hello and welcome to this episode of Beyond the Headlines. I'm your host Nazir Ganai. Today we are joined by a very, very special guest. He's a statesman. He has done remarkable works as far as Jammu and Kashmir state is concerned. He's a former Sadr Riyasat, the first regent of Jammu and Kashmir, Dr. Karan Singh. डॉक्टर साहब बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. बार बार हम आपके पास आते हैं और बार बार आप हमें ऐसा मौका देते हैं कि हम आपके साथ बात करें.
अच्छा लगता है मुझे आपसे बात करना.
डॉक्टर साहब इस वक्त 75 years in public service.
जी हाँ.
It's a huge period and you have had a lot of experiences of working directly with people and taking lots of initiatives. So how do you go back to these 75 years?
They've been very fascinating, Nazir. I've been very fortunate, by God's grace. I've had a lot of opportunities. As you mentioned, my first 18 years in public life was spent in J&K. Only 18 years, mind you. Out of 75 years in public life, only 18 years in Jammu and Kashmir, as regent, as Sadr Riyasat, as governor. And those are very important years, from 49 to 67. And that was all the period when we went through Sheikh Abdullah, then there's Bakshi Ghulam Muhammad, then Khwaja Shamsuddin, then Khwaja G.M. Sadiq, Qasim Saab and so on. So we had varied experiences. Moe Muqaddas ka hua, Hadsa. So all sorts of interesting things, exciting things happened, including the war with China in 1962. So that was all during that period, my J&K period. But after 18 years here, Nazir, I felt that I had to break out. I was offered I could have stayed on for all my life here, but I said no. I wanted to be part of what Jawaharlal Nehru called the exciting adventure of building a new India. नया हिंदुस्तान पैदा हो रहा था. मेरे में भी जज्बा था कि मैं इस नए हिंदुस्तान में कोई अपना योगदान करूं. Let me do something on the national stage, because we have become independent after centuries of servitude. So I said I must break from here. So finally I insisted, and I got a very beautiful break directly from here into the cabinet of Mrs. Gandhi. Now those 10 years were also 10 years I was in the cabinet. Fascinating. I saw her finest hour, which was the liberation of Bangladesh, and also her darkest hour, which was the emergency. But I was with her for all those 10 years. Then after that, politics took a different turn. I've done lots of work. Then I was ambassador to the United States, and I was in UNESCO for many years on the governing board. I was chairman of the Orwell Foundation for 20 years, and president ICCR. I must mention that I never took any salary in any of these any of these assignments, except when I was in America because I didn't have dollar.
Mm-hmm.
So even 10 years I was in the cabinet. I took no salary from the government of India. I lived in my private house.
Mm-hmm.
It's just an aside. Because my purpose was to serve the country. And I got many very good opportunities to do so. I'm very grateful to all. And from Jawaharlal ji down to Narendra Bhai Modi, I've known all the prime ministers. Pandit ji was my mentor. He was my mentor. But then I've known all the rest of them without exception. I've seen Pandit ji's 3 victories. I've seen Narendra Bhai's 3 victories.
Mm-hmm.
So this is very interesting. At the beginning and end of my career, there were these 3 victories.
So how do you draw a comparison of these 3 victories, these 3 hat tricks?
Very interesting. You see, they have a lot in common. Ideologically, they were totally opposed.
Totally opposite.
Pandit ji was a Fabian socialist, and Narendra Bhai has his own BJP ideology. But the fact that they were all hugely popular.
Mm-hmm.
जैसे मोदी आज छाए हुए हैं वैसे जवाहरलाल जी छाए हुए थे immediately after independence. That was a very difficult period. If it had not been for Jawaharlal ji and Vallabhbhai Patel, the country might have splintered. Churchill ने तो कहा था ना, they'll break into 20 pieces.
Mm-hmm.
But that the steering the ship of state was very important. So he won his 3 elections. This one has won his 3 elections. Each one has been very active, very popular in India and abroad. Each one has got a lot of foreign awards and publicities. Each one is dedicated to the country in their own way.
Mm-hmm. So this happened. I mean, and in all these 75 years, you have had the opportunity to meet the who is who leadership in the world.
Everybody.
And who was a bit closer, maybe intellectually and politically?
Nelson Mandela.
Mm-hmm.
I met him soon after he had been released from prison. 23 years in that hard prison, not a trace of bitterness on his. Quite remarkable, that man. And I also met Bill Clinton and President Obama.
Mm-hmm.
Obama is also a remarkable man, no doubt. And a lot of leaders, I knew a lot of European leaders, royalty and so on. Intellectually, I grew up under the influence of people like Aldous Huxley and Bertrand Russell
Mm-hmm.
and Harold Lasky. They were the people who wrote the books that we read growing up.
Mm-hmm.
They're not the same books. People don't read those books nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
But it was mainly a broad, liberal, multi-religious background. I wouldn't call it secular. I'd call it multi-religious.
Mm-hmm. So talking about the books, you have this liking for different literatures.
Yes.
And
20,000 books in Jammu.
Mhm.
20,000.
20,000 books.
All of them bought by me.
And then paintings, music.
Yes.
So ये जो आर्ट का एक एस्पेक्ट रहा
हाँ, ये बहुत-
आपकी शख्सियत में.
बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट रहा है, क्योंकि इसके बगैर जो अगर महज हम राजनीति में, सियासत में पड़े रहे
हाँ,
तो जिंदगी में वो कुछ करख्त सी हो जाती है,
हाँ.
उस वो आनंद नहीं रहता है. So along with my political career, which involves the usual ups and downs, I have always been interested in art, in literature, in music, and in the spiritual quest. And that has really kept me going for these 75 years.
तो म्यूजिक में हिंदुस्तानी जो है शास्त्रीय
हिंदुस्तानी
संगीत-
म्यूजिक, हिंदुस्तानी शास्त्रीय संगीत, डोगरी संगीत मैंने मदर से सीखा.
हाँ हाँ.
क्लासिक संगीत पिताजी ने सिखवाया. एंड रॉक म्यूजिक आई लव.
अच्छा,
एल्विस प्रेस्ली से लेके बिली जोएल तक.
तो रॉक म्यूजिक में आपको
बहुत
Elvis Presley.
तो जो भी म्यूजिक की बीट होती है ना, द बीट इज द सेम.
हाँ हाँ.
और मुझे ये तीनों से बहुत मोहब्बत है.
तो एल्विस प्रेस्ली का कोई ऐसा अभी आपको याद है विच कैन?
ब्लू स्वेड शूज उसका फेवरेट गाना था.
अच्छा.
और बहुत सारे गाने हैं. बिली जोएल के द रिवर ऑफ ड्रीम्स, बहुत ब्यूटीफुल सॉन्ग्स. एबा, फर्नांडो वगैरह, बहुत म्यूजिक मैंने सुना है. तो और हिंदुस्तानी क्लासिकल भी सब सुने हैं. केसर बाई केरकर को सुना है,
हम्म.
सिद्धेश्वरी बाई को सुना है, किशोरी अमौकर को सुना है, लेकिन अब इसका मौका कम मिलता है दिल्ली में। एक ज़माने में दिल्ली में आके और ये लोग बाकायदा रहते थे और गाते थे। आजकल दिल्ली में कमी होती है बैठ के ऐसी, जहाँ आदमी बैठ के घंटा 2 घंटे सुन सके। लेकिन गज़लें, मुझे गज़लें बहुत पसंद है। फैज़ साहब ने ज़हमत की हमारे घर में तशरीफ़ लाए, तो मैंने कहा आपकी मुझे सबसे गज़ल पसंद है, तुम आए हो न खत सब इंतज़ार गुजरी है, तलाश में है सहर बार बार गुजरी है, जुनून में जितनी भी गुजरी बकार गुजरी है, अगर से दिल पे खराबी हजार। उन्होंने वो सुनाई मुझे गज़लवा में। तो ऐसे मुझे शौक़ रहा। ये ज्ञानपीठ अवार्ड का मैं 12 साल अध्यक्ष रहा, अवार्ड कमेटी के। तो उसमें लिटरेचर सारे इंडिया का, केरल का, असम का, उड़ीसा का, तमिलनाडु, सब लिटरेचर मुझे और लोगों से मिलने का मौका मिला।
So talking about politics, in Jammu and Kashmir, Dr. Karan Singh is considered as a symbol of Congress, and he is considered as a symbol कि जहाँ पे leadership और आपने बहुत सारी जो initiatives लिए. Are you still associated with Congress?
I realized that Congress didn't seem to have any more use for me, and I didn't. After my last term in Parliament ended, and I was dropped from the working committee. मैंने कहा ठीक है, so I withdrawn, but I'm technically still a member of the Congress, but not active.
कांग्रेस की जो इस बार सिचुएशन रही and the kind of improvement they did on the ground, how do you see that?
Good, it's very good. I have always felt that Rahul will one day emerge as an important leader. I remember even at a time he was always written off. नहीं राहुल कुछ नहीं है, ये है वो है। मैंने कहा नहीं, the genes will reassert themselves one day. You will see he'll emerge, and this time you see he's emerged as a thoughtful and mature leader.
So what is the reason for that? I mean,
because he learns,
other than the genes, has he learned the politics,
he should learn
the pulse of the politics?
Obviously, he must have. टक्करे खा के आदमी सीखता है, तो इस दफा तो सीखा काफी. His speeches were good.
And how do you see Priyanka from campaigner to the contestant?
Who?
Priyanka Gandhi.
Very well. She's doing extremely well, I must say. She is very effective. I hope she'll win in Wayanad. And that will give the 100th seat. 99 है ना पास. Congress के तो 100 हो जाएगी.
It will be the 100th.
So I hope she wins. She'll also go a long way. Both of them.
You being as a witness to Jammu and Kashmir political history, political landscape, and witnessing this erstwhile princely state getting downgraded into a union territory now, how do you feel about it?
You see, erstwhile state was a feudal state. Feudalism has disappeared in India now. So there's no use lamenting that state. वो अपने वक्त पे किया. Dogras ruled for 100 years, and I think they ruled rather well. And that was the end of the story. So that's over. My own view is that we need two things. We need statehood restoration and elections. But we need them in that order. ये कह रहे हैं पहले election करेंगे फिर. That will not be correct. If we're going to have elections, so we must elect for a full-fledged state. To elect for a union territory is really like electing glorified municipal councillors. उनकी पावर तो होती नहीं है कोई. तो पहले स्टेटहुड मिले, फिर इलेक्शंस हो, तब मजा आएगा. देंगे तो सही है. इन्होंने कहा कि हम पहले इलेक्शन करेंगे फिर देंगे. मैं उसमें थोड़ी सी मेरी इख्तिलाफ राय है. मेरी राय ये है कि पहले दे के फिर करनी चाहिए. आगे हमारे हाथ में.
BJP leadership, especially Narendra Modi, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, is maintaining that we have somehow resolved this Kashmir so far. Militancy is over, stone pelting is over, developmental drive has started. So do you think then that political process should have been initiated, statehood should have been restored, and more and more discussion should have been done on?
That is what is now needed now. After all the statements that he made, which are more or less accurate, now the next stage is the political process. We started with the assembly for the elections for parliament, which were held very well. remark some interesting results.
Mhm.
The leaders of both the regional parties were defeated.
Mhm.
So you can't say that election process has not started. And the elections are obviously free and fair. That was the first stage. The second stage is assembly elections,
Mhm.
which are now overdue.
It's overdue. And how do you see the different political parties have sprouted in Kashmir?
Well, I don't know about the sprouted. Mainly there will be two national parties contesting,
Mhm.
Congress and
Congress
BJP.
and BJP,
And there will be two regional parties,
National
National
Conference and
and PDP. These smaller groups, individual groups and all, I don't count them yet as political parties.
Mhm.
They are small groups built around Bukhari साहब हैं या लोन है या गुलाम नबी है या वो अपना अपना एक इंडिविजुअल्स हैं देखते हैं.
बारामूला पार्लियामेंट्री कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी में हमने एक डिफरेंट पॉलिटिकल गेम देखा. Two former chief ministers trailed initially and they lost the elections. In Baramulla parliamentary constituency, Umar Abdullah lost and he said कि ये मेरे लिए थप्पड़ के वो बराबर है, और एक कैंडिडेट जो जेल में होता है उसने हराया. How do you see this this pulse on the ground?
डेमोक्रेसी का तकाजा है ये, और कहीं नहीं हो सकता है ये दुनिया में.
Mhm.
It shows, number one, that democracy is fully active
Mhm.
and free. Now the political message has to be read by the various political parties.
Mhm.
I think Umar made a mistake by leaving his seat in Srinagar and going to Baramulla. But we needed him in parliament.
What did he
He
make
would
a
have been an
mistake or
asset.
he was overconfident?
Well, that's why you make a mistake when you're overconfident.
Mhm.
तभी तो mistakes होती है ना. We need regional leaders from the states to come to the center also. So they understand the implications of politics. तो उन्होंने पता नहीं क्यों किया, क्यों वहां से छोड़ के गए.
So who do you see in the regional landscape, that national kind of a figure?
Farooq Saab is well known. He's been in the center for a long time.
Mhm.
And I don't know whether he'll come to parliament or not. इस दफा तो खड़े हुए नहीं थे वो.
Mhm.
He is the best known face today from Kashmir.
Mhm. In all these 75 years, India emerged as a leader in different platforms. How do you see this, marching to that path?
I think we're doing very well in many fields, but a lot needs to be done yet. There are still crores of people in India who are in poverty,
Mhm.
and until they are removed from poverty, we cannot say that we are a great nation.
Mhm.
So that should be our goal now.
And how do you rate the Narendra Modi's foreign policy and?
Well, Narendra Modi did, I must say, rather well in his first 10 years in foreign policy. He made friends with a lot of countries abroad, including many Muslim countries. He was honored there and received warmly. And by and large, he was able to keep a reasonable balance
Mhm.
between the international forces that are working
Mhm.
in Ukraine, in Hamas, and so on. So let's see.
So what is Kashmir for you?
You see, Kashmir is my spiritual home, Jammu is my feudal home, Delhi is my intellectual home. Each one has got its own role in my life.
Space in your heart.
श्रीनगर शंकराचार्य के पैर पे बैठे हैं.
Mhm.
I go to Kheer Bhavani, I do my meditation here. And in Jammu, of course, I have my temples and my palaces. And Delhi is where I've lived in Delhi longer than I've lived in Jammu Kashmir.
Yeah.
60 साल तो दिल्ली में हो गए मुझे गए.
Mhm.
There all my intellectual work, my writing, my lectures, my speeches, my inaugurations, my book releases, and my politics earlier. Now, even after politics, I'm active
In Delhi.
in Delhi, active in the intellectual field, in the cultural field.
Mhm.
So, I'm very fortunate. खुदा का फजल है. मैं मानता हूँ that I've had so many years of experience, which very few people have had. Of course, I started very young. I started at 18.
18.
So the number of years in public life is much longer. Most people start in their 30s or 40s.
Dr. Saab, what do you see missing in the current Congress?
I am not very closely associated with the current Congress, but they were missing the intellectual inputs. I think they are beginning to get those now.
Uh-huh.
And the mass leadership is there, both with brother and sister.
Uh-huh.
So that is also there. I think what is missing happily is their sense of arrogance. That is now missing. Because, they used to feel, no, we have to be the top. Now they've realized. For example, in UP, they took second place to Akhilesh, and look how well they've done.
Mm-hmm.
So what we have to look at now is not only the Congress per se, but as at the India alignment and the role the Congress can play in that,
Mm-hmm.
which will have to be an important role.
So talking about the neighbors like Pakistan, China, how important role they are going to play for the overall growth of?
Well, both of them are there, and both of them are sitting at what used to be J&K territory.
Mhm.
The princely state that you talk of,
Yeah.
वही तो उन्होंने दबा रखी है.
Mhm.
Huge areas are under Pakistan, huge areas are with China, the Exai. So both of those powers are there, breathing down our necks. We have to be very cautious. And we have to try and make good relations wherever possible.
Are there any unfinished tasks for Dr. Karan Singh?
Well, what should I say? Life is never finished until it's finished. So the task of living positively, the task of generating positivity, that is going to continue.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is something that I've done all my life.
So are there any bucket list for this for this handsome person?
I don't know about bucket list now. I've done so many different things. I can't think of anything new that I can do. But no, I shall continue with my work. I shall continue with my intellectual activity, and I shall continue with my activity in the public life as long as the divine will is there. मैं तो शिव जी महाराज का भक्त हूँ. People ask what is your secret weapon? मैंने कहा this is secret weapon. Om Namah Shivaya. तो खुदा का फजल है. Without the grace of I'm a believer, and without the grace of the divine, as I said, I used to go to these Muslim shrines all the time. So Sikh shrines. So that spiritual quest continues.
I had asked this. I had asked this question to you last time also. You said you, as a Dogra leader, received much warmth in Kashmir than in Jammu. So, what was the reason for that? And while many netizens also criticized that Dogra regime was also criticized for a lot of things on the ground. So, how would you respond to that?
Well, they were totally different. You see, Jammu and Kashmir are so different. It's really two different cultures in a way, different histories, different language, different dress, different food, different songs, different mindsets. So Kashmir, I've always received a lot of love. I'm very, very grateful for that. So I think the people of Kashmir have genuine affection for me. In Jammu, because of I wasn't in Kashmir politics. I was in Jammu politics. Whenever you're in politics, it means you automatically have opponents.
Yeah.
So Jammu, I didn't get the sort of unconditional love that I got here. I have had some bad experiences. Udhampur, I won 4 times. And then I made the same mistake that Umar has done. Maybe for the same reason, overconfidence. I shifted to Jammu and lost. Although I've done more work there on my temples and various things in Jammu, our trust does a lot. But there's always an element of criticism there.
Your father's exile was the darkest period in the history of your family. Who would you blame for that?
Sheikh Abdullah, obviously. There's no doubt about that. He apparently, if you go back in your mind, there was some talk of a plebiscite, you remember? not some talk. It had been there. Plebiscite administrator had been appointed. You know that. Admiral Chester Nimitz had been appointed United Nations plebiscite.
Yeah.
वहाँ तक बात पहुँच गई थी. Who was going to win the plebiscite for India? Sheikh Abdullah. He could call the shots. So he apparently said to the government of India, I cannot win the plebiscite as long as Maharaja Hari Singh is in the state. And the Maharani is more dangerous because she goes around to the refugee camps, she meets people, he just sits in his court. So then both of them had to leave, which I think was very unfair.
Dr. Saab, do you see Jammu and Kashmir coming back to the track anytime soon?
What is the track?
Maybe restoration of statehood,
Oh, hoga.
and more discussion on the Article 370.
I think 370 now is a dead issue, I'm afraid. 370, you see, 370 revolved around autonomy for the state. It's more or less finished now. What is there to discuss in 370?
So, do you find Jammu and Kashmir has been mainstreamized?
No, not yet until the elections take place. The first step was the parliamentary elections. Second step is going to be the state elections, restoration of statehood. Then I'm sure it will get back into the mainstream. But there's so much dynamic here, so much talent that it won't remain sidelined for long. But we have to be a little patient.
तो आखिर पे आपको कौन सी ऐसी फैज साहब की या कोई भी किसी की एक गजल जो हमारे
गजल की क्या बताए, हजारों ख्वाहिशें ऐसी कि हर ख्वाहिश पे दम निकले, बहुत निकले मेरे अरमान लेकिन फिर भी कम निकले, निकलना खुल्द से आदम का सुनते आए थे लेकिन बड़े बेआबरू होकर तेरे कोचे से हम निकले.
चलिए इस नोट पे हम इस प्रोग्राम को इख्तिताम करते हैं. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया
जी,
डॉक्टर.
बहुत शुक्रिया.